Okay, you ready? You can be shy. Hi guys, it's Amy from thecrazycraftlady.com. I've got a special crafting helper here today. We're doing Christmas crafts. You want to say hi? Hi. Okay, so today we're going to do Christmas reverse canvases 2 ways. And reverse canvases are super popular right now. And I actually had some girlfriends over the other night and we did craft night. And we made these little Christmas tree reverse canvases. So I'm going to show you how, oh, that was my Cricut Easy Press. It's nice and hot. I'm going to show you how you can turn just a cheap canvas. I buy these in packs of 10 at like Michael's or Hobby Lobby into a cute framed Christmas craft. So we're going to do this 2 ways. Brooklyn's going to do her reverse canvas like I did mine the other night with a Christmas tree on it. And I'm going to show you guys how to use craft vinyl to make a Christmas sign.
Christmas tree farm.
Yep. Are you ready, Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing that you have to do is completely remove the canvas from your frame. And for that, I use my pen blade. It's a sharp little pen, razor blade. You want me to do yours first? Okay. This is the growing up part. Okay. So I'm just going to cut. I've seen some people like actually go and remove all the staples. I find that really difficult to do. I don't know if it's the brand of canvas that I bought, but it just didn't work. So I just take my razor blade and I'm going to cut all the way around the back of the canvas. It's super quick. All 4 sides here. And then once you cut away, there we go. Okay. Then you should just be able to
Take it out.
take it out. That's right. You have to use a little bit more pressure around the corners where the canvas fabric is layered 2 or 3 deep. So the whole idea is that you're going to remove this canvas and then inside there's that little wooden frame. And then we're going to put this back on the back of it once we have... You're going to start baking? Okay. So you're going to trim this fabric. So what I do is I just set the frame on top of it. Can I trace your frame real quick? I know, thank you for being patient. So I just trace the outside of the frame with a pen, and then I can just cut it with my scissors. Paint away, little girl. Remember, we're using a very dry brush, just the tip of it, so that we don't do too much paint. Do you want to grab a couple paper towels to put underneath to protect the table? No, you're gonna be careful. Okay. All right, so I've traced an outline of my frame, and then I'll just take my scissors and cut it so that I can then place this right behind the wooden frame when she's done painting it. Hey, Brooklyn. Are you sure you don't want to go get a couple paper towels to put underneath so we don't get paper on the wall? Okay. She's a wild crafter. She doesn't think that she needs paper towels underneath her wooden frame that she's painting.
I'm careful, Mommy.
You're careful? Okay. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to discard this excess. So now I have a perfect piece of canvas that can then hot glue back underneath her frame. And then I'm going to take my pen blade again, my little razor blade, and I'm going to cut the second canvas because I'm going to show you how to do a reverse canvas with a Cricut vinyl decal.
It doesn't matter what color you do, if it's green or red.
It doesn't matter if it's green or red. Whatever color makes you happy for Christmas, I suppose.
I want red.
You want red? Okay.
And then
I think if you do red, then
probably gonna turn up pink.
no, it might be pink. I don't know. I did green on this one. Maybe I'll do red today, just for something different.
Because they're both Christmas colors.
They are.
I know what Halloween colors are.
What are
Black and orange.
Yes.
That's what you mostly use on a jack-o'-lantern.
We just had Halloween.
Well, I don't care if I get red on my thing because it's red.
Because your pajamas are already red. Okay, just be careful, baby.
I will.
Thank you. Okay, so I've got this one separated from the canvas as well. I'm gonna do the same thing where I trace the outside of the wooden frame, and I'm gonna trim it down to size.
Ooh.
And we've got our hot glue gun here that's already heated up and ready to go, I think.
My God.
Oh yeah, it's good to go. And I've also got my Cricut Easy Press because we're using heat transfer vinyl. So I've got those all ready to go. And we've got our other supplies. We've got Waverly chalk paint from Walmart that she's using. This color is Crimson, which is a bright Christmas red. On my other green one, I used Waverly chalk paint in Moss, which is like my favorite green paint color to use.
I just said black. Well, I like to say black.
Yeah.
I don't want like the staples to be. Mama, do the staples have to be not red?
I don't know, babe.
I'm making
Okay,
them
so
matte.
I've got all this good to go. So the way that Brooklyn is going to do hers is I've got this big bowl set in front of me of ribbon. Like I got a bunch like Hobby Lobby and the Dollar Tree, all sorts of holiday ribbon. And then I got this little, oh, now we need a paper towel.
Because now I'm going to go into the inside.
Okay. And then I've got this little wood bundle, which I separate. I can cut out. I'm going to come up here and show you. These little wood pieces. And that is going to be the stump of the Christmas tree. And then you're just going to layer, she's just going to layer different pieces of Christmas ribbon. It's helpful to cut the ends of the ribbon at an angle, but other than that, you don't need to do much. So she's going to keep working on that. And I'm going to show you how to make a rustic Christmas sign using your Cricut and vinyl. So, yeah. All right, so I'm going to use the same red actually that Brooklyn is using. And
That's the color of a farm.
yeah, it is. It's the color of a barn. It's kind of like barn red. Okay, I'm going to use a very, very dry brush. So I do not, Brooklyn's going for more full coverage here. I'm going to do more of a distressed technique. So I'm doing very dry brush, back and forth, back and forth.
Because like paint peels off a barn's paint.
Oh, so it's going to look like a peeled barn. Yeah, it's going to look distressed, which is that farmhouse style that Mommy loves. So I'm just going to go gently back and forth with just barely any paint at a time. And then the nice thing is, the reason why I use this Waverly chalk paint is because it dries so fast. Brooklyn, can you go downstairs and tell Robert to turn the volume down? Because I can hear little chimes all the way up here. Can you please? Thank you.
Yeah.
My son is playing a game downstairs and he promised he'd be quiet, but I can hear it, which means you guys probably can hear it too.
You can hear it from up here. Turn the volume down.
Okay, so just back and forth. As you can see, we're getting a nice distressed look.
Mama, you can use the other one.
I can't, because that's a different shade of red.
Oh.
It's a darker red. It's more of a crimson. Yeah, so if you don't like the bright red, I like this lacquer color in Waverly chalk paint. It's more like a berry. Chalk paint.
What just happened?
Okay, baby.
I'm getting paint all over me now. Getting paint on my skin now.
No, it's okay.
Got red paint on my skin.
Can you hand me a piece of paper towel?
Yeah. Look, it fits inside.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Just try to be careful. You should probably put a paper towel under it when you're painting it.
You should. Yeah. Unless you want to get paint on your table.
But we don't. Unless if you have a table that you paint on.
If you have a special painting table, yeah.
If you have one.
Kind of like my desk upstairs.
Oh
sometimes.
yeah, Robert does have one. That one that he painted blue.
Oh yeah. I let her brother paint a table one time. Okay, so I've got that all kind of dry brushed, and then it'll dry nice and quickly.
My brother's going to be in a different video for this.
I think he's gonna, yeah, he might make a different video. Okay, so then I've got my canvas. So the front of the canvas is this like bleached white. I do not like that. That's not my style. I like it a little more rustic. So I'm gonna flip it over and use the back side, which is unbleached. See if we can compare the two. Bleached, unbleached. I don't know if you can tell, but it's just a little more of a cream color. Okay, so I'm going to then set my picture frame aside, and now here comes the vinyl. So I actually cut my vinyl and weeded it already. It's a little Christmas tree farm sign. The key to using vinyl on canvas is you want heat transfer vinyl. You can't just use regular vinyl, it's not gonna stick as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this, center it.
Right on. Right on.
Yeah, I'm gonna center it right on there. I actually ended up using brown heat transfer vinyl just because I had a multi-pack of colors that came with 3 sheets of brown heat transfer vinyl. And I can't think of any reason why I would ever use brown, like on a t-shirt or anything, so I'm gonna use it up on this project. Oh, no. And I've got my Cricut, that was my iron telling me that it was gonna shut off, I think, because I had let it sit too long. So I've got my little mat here and my protector sheet. And this brand of vinyl, it's been a little finicky. It takes a little bit longer than the instructions say, so we're gonna give this a go. But I've got it set at 305, which is what the manufacturer recommended. You can also just use a regular old
red
iron.
But you can also do whatever red you want. It doesn't have to be chalk paint.
Oh, yeah, you could use acrylic paint.
You can use like whatever red you have.
Yeah.
Or you can do like pink or orange or any color.
If you were doing this at springtime, what color would you want to do?
Pink.
You do pink. I think I would do a yellow frame for springtime. So maybe you guys can come back, hit the subscribe button, come back in the springtime, and maybe I'll make a spring reverse canvas.
And I want to make mine pink.
Okay. So look forward to that this spring. Pink and yellow spring reverse canvases. Careful, baby.
Where do I put
In the water. Are you done? Okay. So now that's gonna dry. We're gonna let.
Where is it gonna dry?
Do you want to just set it at the end of the table? And while we're waiting for it to dry, we're gonna let you go ahead and start making your Christmas tree. Normally, I would let the frame dry, hot glue the canvas piece back into the frame, and then decorate, but we're gonna let her do this now. Yep, wherever you can find room on the kitchen counter, sweetheart. We're gonna put the lid back on our paint so it doesn't dry out. And then, Brookie, cough. Okay, scissors. Now, remember that your frame is going to cover a little bit of the edge, so you don't want to go all the way right up to the edge. So I'm going to put your stump in place, and then you can do whatever ribbons you want.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine. There.
Why right there?
So that the frame has room at the bottom.
For the grass?
Yeah. So now you can pick whatever ribbons you want. And Brooklyn, just remember, sometimes it's easier to cut it at an angle like that instead of straight across so your tree looks nice, okay? But you can do whatever you want because it's art. Okay. So let's see if my heat transfer vinyl stuck.
You open this.
Oh yes, we have a brand new roll of ribbon.
I don't know how to open them.
Yeah, I barely know how to open ribbon. Oh my gosh, here we go. It's tricky. There you go, sweetie. You're welcome.
I'm gonna cut the extra off so I can say Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah, this ribbon says Merry Christmas on it. And remember, we want longer pieces at the bottom and shorter pieces at the top so it makes a triangle.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so I ironed on.
Mama, I'm gonna put this one right here. I'm gonna put this one right there.
Yeah, so the instructions I think on this type of vinyl say for 25 seconds, and
Mama,
I did 2 sets at 25 seconds, so
I
perfect.
put this back here because I can't even move it.
Oh, yep.
I can't even barely move it.
I should have put the extension cord on the hot glue gun. That's what I should have done. Or do you want to put it on the back of the ribbon first and then set the ribbon down? Does that sound like a good plan? Okay, so I've got my heat transfer vinyl, Christmas Tree Farm, Fir Spruce Pine, fresh cut, free delivery. I just made this in Cricut Design Space.
I can't get
Nothing.
it. I want to put it right here. But I'm too scared.
Yeah, it's because you used a lot of hot glue, baby. Next time you could do like 3 dots, like 1 on each side and 1 in the middle. She did hot glue all the way across her ribbon.
Don't do that.
Okay, where do you want it? Right there?
Yeah.
So next time we could just do maybe like left, right, and middle. Okay, and then I'm going to borrow your hot glue for just a second, okay?
Okay.
Because it's time for me. Oh, there I hear tears coming from my basement. What's going on? Your iPad is dead. Do you want to borrow your sister's until we can charge
No,
it?
but you can't bring it downstairs because it's still charging.
Why don't you grab the charger, both iPads, go downstairs, and figure out the charging situation?
No, there's another one.
Can you help him?
It's not there. I'm not kidding. It's not there.
Life with twins, you guys. Very real. Okay. All right, so I'm going to set my canvas inside my frame. So what I'm going to do, you guys get it sorted out? Thank you for being a helper. Okay. So then I'm actually going to go ahead and remove on the back of my wooden frame, there's like the little excess pieces of canvas. So I'm just going to rip that away real quick just so it's a little cleaner. I'm going to leave the staples because I think it's really difficult to remove all these staples.
Okay, Mommy. Okay, good.
But yeah, that way it'll be a little smoother on the back.
I'm gonna cut it right there and...
Okay, this time do you want to try doing a dot on each side and then 1 in the middle?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, that was really loud. Okay. Okay, so I've got that a little more cleaned up so that my piece of canvas fabric will like lay a little more flat. Okay.
Mom, I can't get it.
Are you scared?
I don't want to get a burn.
Oh, like I just did? Yeah. Mm-hmm. There we go. Hey, buddy. You want to craft with us? Okay. So then...
Cricket.
Okay, I'll fix it. Can I... You want to take it off? Okay. I'm gonna glue my canvas together and then I will help you fix yours, okay? Deal? So, here we go, the back of the frame. I am gonna line all the way around the back. with hot glue. Be pretty generous here. And then I want to move pretty quick so that it doesn't have time to cool.
Come on.
And then I want this to be perfectly centered because I did put my design down first.
Like that much, Mom? Like that much?
And then I'll just smooth it down.
Mom, like this much?
I may have a little excess to trim
Like
with my
this
pen blade, but that's okay. Yeah, whatever you want, baby girl. And there we have it. Christmas Tree Farm sign, a little rustic farmhouse action for you. Now, you could set this like on a mantle or in your bookshelf in any like holiday vignette, but if you want to hang it, you have two options. One, you can do like put hanging hardware on the back. What I like to do is take a pop tab from a soda pop can and pop that off and hot glue it right to the back there so then you can hang it on a nail. Or you can do like I did with this reverse canvas. I took a thin piece of ribbon and I hot glued it all the way around the frame. And then up at the top, I tied it in a simple knot so you can hang it like on a hook, like in your entryway or whatever you want. So there we have it. We've got Christmas.
I'm working on mine.
She's working on hers. She's gonna finish hers and I'll post a picture maybe later of her finished product. But we've got reverse canvas for Christmas, 2 different ways.
Cause I just started.
We say thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Until next time, happy making. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.